Avalanche forecaster Craig Gordon has some of the most memorable and enthusiastic sound bites on the news.
It's going to be the real deal in the backcountry. Avalanche conditions are going to get tricky. Things are going to get spooky again. We are dodging lots of bullets. We've actually, down here, there's a little junk in the trunk as well. And then I'm going to put that all together, and that's how we make the forecast sausage.
But believe it or not, the forecast sausage he and the other forecasters make is based on science, mixed with decades of experience. I recently went out to an avalanche forecast pit to find out how Gordon and the team keep skiers, boarders, and snowmobilers safe.
I'll just start digging.
Craig Gordon spends most of his days digging in the snow.
I could just come into here.
And the snow tells him a story about the day's safety in the mountains.
Much like a geologist would look at layers in rock or the earth, we can identify each layer and how it correlates to our winter snowpack.
You can tell he loves what he does. He's one of about a dozen forecasters from Moab up to the Utah-Idaho border issuing daily avalanche forecasts.
This storm happened to have a little bit of the two sexiest words in meteorology, atmospheric river. And that pulled in even more moisture.
Forecasters use all kinds of tools,
throwing a probe out,
from shovels to microscopes.
Check it out on the card. It looks totally different.
And bare hands to look at snowpack stability.
I like to do it without a glove because then I can feel the nuances of the snow. And if I start up here, I can get my fist in the snow, but then right here I start to feel a little bit of a difference, and it's getting stiffer. So why don't you follow me here? The problem is we've got to think not only the snow we're riding in, but also the snow we're riding on. And right now, this is not the blueprint that I would use to build my condo complex.
Gordon built his career in Utah starting in 1978 when he came as a young East Coast surfer to get some of the greatest snow on earth.
We were at Alta. I got off of the top of the old Collins lift. I heard explosives going off in the background.
He quickly fell in love with powder.
Saw some ski patrollers throwing bombs and then skiing powder, and I said, I'm coming back to do that.
He began as a ski patroller at Snowbird, then ran the snow safety program at Brighton, was a heli-ski guide, and has now spent 25 years with the Utah Avalanche Center learning as he goes.
By looking at the avalanche forecast for your zone, you get to learn pretty intimately where things are going, what the stability trends are, and that helps you map out what your plans are, and we help you do it safely.
He developed and implemented the Know Before You Go safety program after a tragic avalanche accident the day after Christmas 2003 on Mount Timpanogos. At the 20th anniversary of the program, it's now in 40 countries, 11 languages, and used globally as the intro avalanche awareness class.
Yeah. Pretty rad, huh?
Teaching it to over 300,000 people in Utah alone.
Giving them the tools that they need to get out in our mountains, enjoy the greatest snow on earth, but most importantly, come home to their families at the end of the day.
Living to ride another day is important to Gordon. He's seen a lot of injuries and fatalities. It's the nature of the beast.
If we trigger an avalanche, this is going to be the thing that crashes down on top of us. An avalanche is a very violent event. So it's like being strapped to the front of a locomotive.
Holy cow.
And everything that's in the receiving end of the locomotive, you slam into first. It's going to reveal stumps. It's going to reveal deadfall.
Oh,
You're slamming into trees. You're going 0 to 40, 50 miles an hour in just a second or two.
Part of the avalanche forecast accuracy happens in an office and a partnership with the National Weather Service.
Bottom line, communication.
It's huge. Absolutely.
Just really, focused communication because weather and avalanches are directly tied together. Unusual weather patterns bring unusual avalanche conditions.
While the forecast isn't always perfect, they work hard on making it so.
So you always have to be willing to adapt. Even with a given forecast, you might, in the big picture, have that forecast nailed. Either the avalanche forecast or, in our case, the weather forecast. But it's key to adapt throughout the event.
Riders and skiers are also a big part of the equation. So you want people to tell you, report avalanches.
Oh, it's huge for people to report avalanches. Absolutely, because it helps us as forecasters determine which way the snow is trending. Is it happy in its own skin? Is it getting irritated? Is it coming unglued? Are the wheels of the bus just starting to wobble, or are they blowing off?
Avalanche danger is considerable in most of the state. We have a link to current conditions on our website at fox13now.com. You can go to the Utah Avalanche Center website as well. It's all over the place.
I love Craig Gordon. He makes me excited
classic.
about whatever he's talking about, so I'm into Avalanche.
Well, he's just amped up. You know,
Yeah.
I was with him for an afternoon, and at the end, you're kind of exhausted because the guy's just up here all the time.
He's like caffeine.
He's a classic guy. He's got a baby parrot named Baby. Also, you just never know with this guy.
Oh, I like him even more.
Fun guy.
All right.